Hello, I am Stephen Roddy and welcome to Monday Money Live. Last week I did an episode called The Endless Pursuit, and in that I basically exposed myself and I said, this is what I'm going through. Here's my insecurities, but here's the goals that I'm trying to reach. And it was a way of me letting you in to say, here's my struggles, but journey with me as we together turn our purpose into profit. And so let me recap. Last week when I talked to you, I didn't have a place to stay. I was apartmentless, homeless, and I was in a struggle with my relationship with God. Hadn't prayed in a couple weeks, hadn't been to church in about a month, and here's basically how those things turned out. On Wednesday I got an apartment, but when I was moving into the apartment, I noticed something. I hated it. And I started to pick out little things. I hate the cabinets, and I hate the atmosphere, and I don't like this. But when I started to analyze it, here's what I found. I found that the reason why I hated it is because I felt like God was giving me something good, only to take it away again and make my situation worse. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But over the past 2 years, all the good that has been given to me, it seems like it was just a booby trap for God to kind of backhand me. And so I had this very sour taste in my mouth and this very sour viewpoint of God. Some of you would say of the universe, of the Spirit. But here's what I found. I said, if that's my thought process, if that's my internal dialect, then that's a problem, because if I think negative thoughts, God's going to keep giving me negative things. That's the principle. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I said, we got to get this situation solved right now. So just yesterday I pulled out the pen and parchment and said, okay God, here's my problems. Here's my struggles. This is why I'm mad at you. Because I felt like you let me down. I felt like you said something specifically to me and then just took it away. And there's many of you all out there that felt like God told me specifically that he was going to do something, or if God was a good God, he wouldn't have let this happen, and then he just took it away. And I was in that same boat. But I said, you know what, let me treat God like a human. If a human does a wrong to me, I forgive them. Especially because I weigh it out. I weigh their bad that they did to me in relation to all the good that they've done to me. And I find that most times their good far outweighs the bad. And even if the bad outweighs the good, I forgive them anyways, because I can't carry that weight around with me all the time. So I treated God like a human. I said, God, let me pretend that you lied to me, that you're completely wrong. I forgive you, and I release you. And it's amazing, when I did that, it's like a big weight, a big burden just lifted off my shoulders. And did my situation change? No, it didn't supernaturally change, but my outlook and my perspective on my situation did, which makes all the difference in the world. And so here's what I'm telling you. God probably let you down at one point in your life, or there's probably some spiritual leaders in your life who let you down. Forgive them, and forgive God, and just let yourself start anew with Him. I'm telling you, it's amazing what it will do to your person. But here's my, well, from there, what I did is I went back and I got my old job back at the Cheesecake Factory. But before I walked in, I'm telling you, that was like the heaviest door to open. I had to stop and swallow the pride that was right here in my throat and just make it go down before I did it. But it's amazing how that thing turned out. They said, well, yeah, we'll work with you with your modeling and speaking schedule. So I basically can pick up shifts whenever I'm not already working gigs and things. It's great. And I found out that holding your pride might make you feel good, but it doesn't necessarily put food in your belly. And it adds a lot of stress too sometimes. Just food for thought. But here's my current challenge. My current challenge is what I've been realizing is that I've been working, but I've been working without direction. I've been working without a specific plan and a specific goal. And if you remember, I did a YouTube video. It was called You the Great. And in that I said that people in history are always remembered for just one thing, not like 4 or 5. But I was starting to work on 3 or 4 different projects at once. So I had to scale back in my mind and say, what am I working at? And really, I'm still working through that. And I don't know, many of you are out there, and you might not even know your purpose. Well, this is my challenge to you. If you don't know your purpose, Find it out. How do you find it out? I did a YouTube video. It's called 7 Questions to Discovering Your Purpose. Now, bear with it. It was the very first video I ever did, but the information is solid, and it'll help you. And if you do know your purpose, try to find out, okay, am I moving towards my purpose? If you're not, I challenge you to take this week, put together a game plan and say, this is my plan and this is how I'm going to move towards my goal. I wish you great success in the accomplishment of your purpose. And until next time, I am Stephen Roddy, and this is Monday Money Live. And together we are moving forward.